Hey guys, Frenzy227 here, and while I'm waiting to get the review up for our reviews of Interstellar, I probably should address something. A lot of people, and not the people on YouTube, but people I know, have really been bugging me to see a certain movie franchise, and it's Hunger Games. And I have always refused to see Hunger Games, or even read the books. And there's a very, very specific reason why. And I'll tell you that right here, right now. Let's roll back a couple years. A little movie called Twilight comes out, and I know I'm probably, half my viewers are probably left, probably thinking, oh, we were free of that, don't bring it up again. But, let me make a point here. Twilight comes out, and everyone's like, oh, you have to read the books, they're good, and then you gotta see the movies, because it's so good, it's gonna be this big, huge thing, and everyone's gonna love it, and you're gonna want to be on board. So I figured, okay, this was before Twilight was at the apex of its popularity, so there was no one to warn me. So I figured, okay, I'll read the books, see the movies, and figured that. And let's just say that my reaction to Twilight was less than enthusiastic would be an understatement. Then, a couple years later, a little book called The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo comes out. Again, really popular. I hear there's a movie coming out directed by David Fincher. I'm a Fincher fan. I'm a movie fan. I'm like, okay, I'll probably see this movie, so I gotta read the books first. I probably should do that and enhance my appreciation of the film. So I read the books, and, well, I wasn't as impressed with the first book, but the other books impressed me, and the movie impressed me. So I was like, okay, so I hopped on the bandwagon there. That was good. But then there was Twilight, and so they're kind of evenly matched. Everyone says, you have to read The Hunger Games, you have to see The Hunger Games, it's so good, yeah, everything's so good. And I was like, well, I have no doubt The Hunger Games is a fantastic book series as well as a fantastic movie series. I've heard great things about both, although I have heard the first Hunger Games movie is some of the most extreme shaky cam ever. And that's saying something, because I don't get shaky cam problems unless it's the opening of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And, but it's the same reason I won't watch Doctor Who. It's just too hyped. Like, everyone is clamoring over it, and I'm on a full load with the fandoms I'm already in right now. Like, I'm already watching, like, shows like The Originals and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all these really complex, like, intricate stories. Film franchise-wise, we kind of had a dry spell for a while since Harry Potter ended. But, I don't know, it's just Hunger Games is just not something that I really am clamoring to get into. And again, I'm sure it's great. It's got actors I like. Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Stanley Tucci, I like all these people. And they're all, from what I hear, I see the trailers for the Hunger Games movies, and honestly, they look really, really well done and good. The trailer for Catching Fire blew my mind. But still, I just like, well, if it lets me down, like, I know that's kind of a stupid reason to not see a movie, but honestly, this franchise is, it's just, everyone has been, like, pestering me at this point to see this movie. My sister is a huge Hunger Games fan. She's read the books, she's seen all the movies, and she's like, her contingency, actually, says you cannot see the Hunger Games movies until you read the Hunger Games books. And I've got like 5 books on my need to read list. Like, I've got a book I started like a year ago and still haven't finished. So I'm not really planning to read the books. And the movies, I'm really behind. So Mockingjay comes out in a few weeks at the time of this video, and everyone's like, like, there are reviews, guys, like Andrew and Claire and Leah, like, hey, we gotta see Hunger Games. Come on, come see Mockingjay with us. And I was like, well, haven't seen the first one or Catching Fire. And they're like, well, there's Netflix, duh. And I was like, well, it's more complicated than that. It's just like, for one thing, like, I am very selective about my fandoms. Like, it's just, there's some that I've been ingrained with since childhood. Something like Star Wars, Transformers, that's stuff that I really like. And then, like, if I discover a new fandom, then that's something I really want to spend time and commit to. Hunger Games is just, I don't know, I'm a little loaded with fandoms right now. It's just Hunger Games, I'm sure I would be super addicted to it if I did. But it's just not, like, again, same reason with Doctor Who. Like, for one thing, I don't even know where to start with Doctor Who. There's been so many different incarnations, I don't even know, have the slightest clue what's going on. But, you know, if you're ever looking for a big meet on Hunger Games, it's probably not going to happen in the near future. So Mockingjay is going to come out, and then Part 2 is going to come out next year. That's a separate rant about the splitting movies into two. But it's just not my thing. Like, you probably are not going to see me talking about Hunger Games on this channel or any other channel, really. It's just not a thing for me. So, sorry if your hopes and dreams were crushed, but I don't know. There's a lot of... I do have a lot of fandoms right now, and I am passionate about those. Hunger Games is just not a thing for me. So, sorry about that. Bye.